NFC North. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Bears, and it's coming up next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there and looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick six for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick six, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They start the drive with Lynch. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They run. Lynch. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bears will get the football back. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well,
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well.
And that is caught. Touchdown. Well, there is a marker on the field. The celebration may be short-lived. Let's see. Could have been a game-tying touchdown. He'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way, like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. One more time with Dobbins. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Sliding out of the pocket. That's into the hands of the running back, Roundtree. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And this is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, Scott. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Touchdown! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Let's go, G. Tighten up. 49. 49's the mic. 49's the mic.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Set up.
Back to throw here. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And some room to maneuver. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw here. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
49. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my world. 49. 49.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
And this time they were ready for him, as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Dobbins once more. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And he'll be stopped up as he could only muster a yard. So 4th down coming up on the other side as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. And now look at him go. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 98 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchdown. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Back to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he will take this into enemy territory as he's out of bounds on the other side of midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mon. He'll buy some time right. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. On first down, here's Mon. Rolling to his right. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. So we now proceed to the start of the second half.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point.
Come on, fellas.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
2nd and 4. Here's Mond.
Sliding out of the pocket.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
They'll roll him out right toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. On the give is Nwangu.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Kene Nwangu.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa. Now Mond on the bootleg.
He'll buy some time right. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. From a couple yards deep.
And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Mond looks to throw.
Rolling to his right.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson,
his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Vikings get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead.
After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Personal foul. Defense.
Unbelievable.
Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
The throw over the middle taken in. That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll make it third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Here comes the Bears punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Another run here with Dobbins. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. A third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting, and he's able to convert for 3.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
Let's go. Do it.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, it's Scott. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line.
Come on now, let's go.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Scott. And this will be a Vikings first down as he's able to take this up to the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Back now here on EA Sports. 3 quarters in the books.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. The one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
There we go.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Scott. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. On the carry, this is Scott, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it.
Touchdown! A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are looking like they'll move to 6-1 as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Out for the PAT, here's Sloman. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A 10-play drive that time, and it's polished off by a Viking score. After the touchdown, Sloman to do the kickoff honors. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
2nd down and inches. Short throw to Dissly. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's going to float this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 5. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. They run again on 1st down, Lynch, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 61 yards on the ground for him so far. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 2nd down, Lynch. Room here to run. Ooh, with a juke. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Sam Sloman now for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Wide open receiver complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Lynch. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Bond going to throw it.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
2nd and 10.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 21. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. First down, the run with Lynch. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't